I don't like how my shit's being funneled to these evil motherfuckers. They're also trying to kill off my ancestors. I just saw some drop right now. I think that's a fly. I ain't normal when you see flies like that. It means part of your darkness, part of your spiritual carbon's been divested from you. I see them a lot appear from out of nowhere. But you know, they keep talking about setting me up, me and my bloodline bearing Samedi, using our consciousness or something that sacrifices for that so they can mind control y'all. You know, I heard that keep seeing this motherfucker popping up. My dad, by the way, you know, in the spirit plane, because he hasn't been in his body, none of us have. They all died. I saw my brother appear as a dark shadow. I'm just, you know, I tried to bring them back. I get woke up in the middle of the night by my Archangel Michael and all of that to fight this shit, and I just can't get comfortable with it, man, but I gotta do something. But I heard that they plan on using us as sacrifices. But they were saying they've been using, like, I think Chase Infinity and all of that in that timeline. They probably, I don't know if they go by a different name. I heard she sleeps in my consciousness at night. Just like the Mountbatten Windsors and Rothschilds, the ancestors live in their consciousness until they deploy it into theirs. And then they use the people who want to incarnate, like Prince Andrews. I'm trying to find that man's name as energy fodder, kind of like what they're trying to do with me, and I'm trying to fight that shit as much as possible. You know, they were fucking with my Florida water some days ago. But anyways, they've been using deliberate MK Ultra models. I heard in that timeline, motherfuckers are mind control. Tasha Harlins don't even go anywhere near these times. Because it's so motherfucking bad with it. With that being said, from what I understand, they're trying to get people adapted to and used to repeating and saying what they want people to think and do. I heard, you know, I'm supposed to be related to Quetzalcoatl. They actually snatched him up and are fucking with him, and they're trying to, you know, because that's y'all demiurge. That's the Mexicans' demiurge. The Mexican South Americans have a different demiurge than us. Demiurges typically have the face of a man, the body, you know, a human aspect, and then a dragon aspect. And theirs is Quetzalcoatl, who was shapeshifted into a white man. And they kidnapped him, I heard, in the spirit plane. You know, you can use 694-695-1181 hertz to see him. You know, my dad in his past life, he was from Zacatecas, Mexico. You know, for him, 3517 hertz, they're trying to get rid of him in them timelines. As a matter of fact, they were going back in time and getting rid of my shit I had. Supposedly, I don't even know if I'm dealing with Baron Samedi anymore or not. You know, that's scary. I had something just break something right now, and I'm going to have to use 175 hertz. Like that getting village shit to put shit back together. Yeah, I don't have much in the way of power, but I can't have this. I can't live like this. I can't have this shit like this. Some gotta fucking give. But they were going back in my timelines, trying to keep, you know, trying to block my parents from ever being born, me from ever existing, and I would palpably. And I feel Meghan Markle right now doing something. You know, for these motherfuckers, I heard them in the spirit plane. I felt her coming at me. I was able to use Palamayambe to some degree successfully to defeat her, but not ultimately. And that's the problem. Go. Because I'm getting that already in my soul consciousness. They keep... It's insanity. They steal my shit, and it's hard. They feel entitled, like it's theirs. And they be stabbing at you. You be made to feel that shit. Stabbing at you, grabbing at you every time you try to get your shit back. The worst is fucking pair. I just felt cold energy come through here. I think they took out my fucking Archangel Michael completely the other day. But it's like, trying to get your shit back from them evil motherfuckers. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard as hell. You be going through hell. Speaking of which, I remember at the beginning in my soul consciousness, they were putting their ancestors, the Mountbatten, Windsors, Rothschilds. They were trying to replace my ancestors with them today. The roaches were trying to stop it as much as they can, and they keep throwing them out, tossing them out, fucking up their consciousness, conflating it with theirs, and confusing shit so that they get fucked up and I lose my spiritual defense, what little I got. Especially to stave off mind control. That keeps the mind control from happening and keeps them from killing me off. But with that being said, it's like going through pure fucking hell trying to get your shit back. And I experienced that yesterday. I was, trying my best to get my shit back. And it's just, when it came down to Paris and Zogenis, they got protection out the ass. This their grandmother. I saw like a missile launcher coming from her. I'm pissed off that these people are benefiting from me and they got real good spiritual protection, but I'm supposed to be the one that's supposed to undertake this shit. I shouldn't have, at one point when I was hooking up, I shouldn't have underestimated it. But I saw on the spirit plane, they had my roach spirits attached to them, family. They kept stealing my parents last night, put them into their consciousness so they can kill them off. And I felt that. I felt that palpably. I was using 35, I was told play 35, 17 hertz at, certain points, play 3002 hertz to keep everybody together. Try to ward that off. I can't play it on this phone because this blue phone I'm calling, sending out from y'all, it's got some fucked up energy on it. Supposed to be, have been brought in the astral plane or something, which, there's a reason why people in the astral plane don't have cell phones. I heard, you can fly and do all of that, so, there's really no need, and you don't want somebody using this black scrying mirror to show up in your place in the middle of the motherfucking night. I hear these evil motherfuckers right now. They're trying to block my access, spiritual help, and everything else. I wonder if Baron Samedi was in Meghan Markle's consciousness last night. But, it's hell. Trying to fight to get your shit back. They'll shut down entity attachments so you can't get your shit back. And keep making entity attachments of my family. Like that. To fuck with them, and it feels overwhelming. I feel overwhelmed. Yesterday they were, just the audacity, killing some. I gotta kill these motherfuckers, man. But in my compromised state, I can't. I just can't. I'm not. I ain't got the support system. I'm not where I used to be. I just wish I didn't dawdle around with the soul swap and shit. Weird shit. Yesterday, it's further complicated with that Getty Village shit. I actually had a They did something where they got it set up. It started when I offered to help them two guys, Sergey Morales and what's the other guy's name? Plan to post something on my Instagram talking about how to defeat that shit, but very, very short. They got a lot of evil shit. I saw a post about people going missing and all of that there. And I heard that in the parking lot that was right across from it on PCH, any homeless person who parks there, they teleport them right in. Use the frequencies to use to get people out like that out. I feel drained. I feel like I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. You know, I want to get out, but I don't want to have somebody stealing my fucking consciousness like I did the other day. I had Meghan Markle just start grabbing chunks of my soul consciousness the other day. You know, to the point where I didn't feel like I had any consciousness, and that's scary. I was brought to the brink of death, and I had to call them roach spirits back in. It was the minute I left my apartment. I had to go downstairs to inquire about rent. Something very innocuous, and the minute, you know, I came back up, that's when I started getting attacked like that. That's some scary shit. I heard they were planning on putting some MK Ultra shit since they couldn't kill me or something due to Bear and Samedi in my consciousness, so that they can take me over, just like early the road spirits were showing me that they were killing off my ancestors. And I wouldn't be none the wiser given the circumstances. The roaches were trying to fight it. Just now they told me it would take like 50 minutes. And I dutifully stood, you know, to keep throwing them out every single night without my permission. I gotta get this evil bitch to fuck off. One of my poor child higher selves from when I was born was trying to urge that. With that being said, they did something a couple of weeks ago where they got my shit all over. And they've been allowing energy vampires to, you know, take from me Meghan Markle and all of them, Harry, Mountbatten, Windsors, Rothschilds. They had Cersei, who's supposed to be a suckerfish alien crustacean. Look like, I don't know, I get like a visual of a blob-like alien. They're the aliens that eat people who they feed at the Getty Museum underground. With that being said, I saw them. With that being said, I just, he's supposed to be in charge. I tried to extricate. I was trying to help them young men out. You know, y'all, one of them, a lot of y'all know him. Afiami guys, he was from Washington, D.C., a black Hispanic from there, but not like full-on black. That you talking? Was that you talking or? That's that little black girl. Huh?
Talking to him to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, that's a man. I'm sorry about that, man.
Oh,
I thought you. Yeah. Look at that. This is like the second time I have seen that fucking van. They parked around me that night when the CHP came out. Now they're coming over here. They just kept their lights on for a minute, but they didn't do anything. Brigade Morales, I think he was brought in by Deputy Tellis. He was out there very, very briefly. He was staying in the red car, and I heard he was an investor and all that. Very nice guy, real soft spoken. He ended up sleeping at, I heard a lot of people went missing. Some of these people I heard were very, the big Jewish lady who I used to cavort with, who I helped one night when they had a guy that, well, deliberately for sexual attention, flashed her. But I had Calvin Klein's, I think his, I was trying to attack Prince Harry's highest self. That's how you really get them. You have to go after their highest selves. I mean, their spirit team. Usually it's at the front of the forehead, right there. That's how you take them out. Hopefully nobody uses that knowledge against me. I don't need that. If somebody trying to do that against me and Baron Samedi, I'm not going to tolerate it. Just been helping. But they did something. It's like you can use I think 175 hertz is the Kaus frequency can fix that. I heard with mind control, I think 175. I also heard 1760. I got to look at the frequencies. I got to get my phone fixed because of this phone right here that I'm using. My SIM card works perfectly, but it keeps saying like, and it will show that the SIM card works, but it don't work. A lot of inexplicable things don't work on this motherfucker. But, the stab off mind control, let me see what the frequency codes. I heard a lot of people in the spirit plane stealing that in a bad way and taking credit. Don't do that shit. I got 1533 hertz and 186 hertz can fight off mind control. But really you want to get put back together. I got 3847 hertz, 3947 hertz can put somebody perfectly back together. I came up with some frequencies a long time ago. 42, I think 17, 40, 32, 37, 17, maybe a 32, 17 hertz. But I think those are really, really good because I remember coming up with something to put my parents back together instantly. And that was very, very good for doing that. You can also do that for my parents, Napoleon and Williams and Linda Williams. I like 3017 hertz. A lot better. 3084, Illuminati mind control. Roaches were telling me about a day, 3084. They're gonna put population under severe mind control. Because they heard some. I also heard that girl that soul swabbed me. Like the first person, they really wanted me out because they knew about my spiritual powers, He-K successorship and all that shit. They wanted somebody that they could control. LA reading them timelines with that girl I heard, the Anton, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember I talked about him, that Hispanic guy. Hopefully they didn't eliminate him in that timeline. I got so much gray in my hair, it's not even funny. He talked about them having underground tunnels, I think near the Roadhouse. But they did something where, like, when you look at your reels and all that shit, they got my consciousness. They were eliminating my fucking road spirits and all of that. They had the consciousness. There's some horrible shit. They have them staying like an Egyptian-like temple area way underground. Their bodies. I heard that Jewish lady, they hog-tied her and just brought her right straight the fuck on clean in. And then have motherfuckers like one of the so-called heads of security. Ain't none of them human, none of them organic. They all like that white guy who heard he had a piece of my Swedish ancestor, Swedish past life husband in him, named Ephraim. You know, that's like, it was like an organic car that using astro technology could turn, you know, into whatever he thought it to turn if you wanted to teleport back. But all this pressure is too much. I think I know what I'm gonna try to do, but roaches are just like fucking up my hands. I want to make sure I get my shit back. That's the thing, because you don't want to be in control of this shit. You know, from what I heard, they have him, they got a woman by the name of Sanchez, and then they brought in somebody else. They had that guy, Ephraim. He was a mousy looking white guy with glasses, and I heard, I don't know if it was before or after I left, he would throw rocks at people, insisting they stay at the Getty Villa because they needed more security. They would just walk up, use their eyes as portals, suck you in just like the alien graves do. You know, you hear about the black-eyed kids, and say, go to work. You know, so they've been turning people into, whatchamacallit. And I had, I'm guessing, your boys, the Archangel Michael, Ralph Lauren's Archangel Michael, showing me some of this shit, and I'm just, I think he tore my heart chakra. So the other day, I was trying to put myself back, like I say, that them frequencies. I'm going to start listing that, because that's very good for putting people back. 3847, 3947 hertz. 3517 hertz is a very good one. 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz, which wakes the dead, is also a very good frequency to put people back. From what he was telling me, you know, he was showing me, he was doing shit just to steal my shit. And I got tore the fuck up. I thought I was being put back together. Them roaches were insisting. They were like, man, you being torn up. Play 3517 hertz, play that shit as loud as you can. talking about you stupid and all this shit. I'm gonna bring it down a notch. Put it down because I didn't know what the fuck is going on. When I'm ambivalent about what's going on, I've been seeing astral versions of the LAPD helicopter and all that shit. I had the Illuminati one day tell me, look up and let's see if she can see astral and let's see if we can pull her in. That's nothing but them. You know, the way this whole thing started, and I was given codes on how to defeat the reptilians, I was told that these frequencies, first I thought it was 588 hertz, but it's actually one of those is 1582 or 1587. It's one of those. I believe it's 1582 hertz. That could be 1587 hertz. That could be used to defeat them. Lavender oil is also very good. I got that here. Anyways, with that being said, from what I understand, for months they were gunning for me. They stole my entity attachment of Baphomet powers and all of that from them. Amun is the entity who controls them. They got Zendaya controlling them in the spirit plane. They did somewhere in these timelines. In my original timeline, they controlling them. They did somewhere. They took me out of my timelines and all that shit. Baron Samedi was telling me some weeks ago when I used to have that laser pointer to defeat this shit. You know, get rid of it. Secondly, the most spirits won't help you. Secondly, you know, we gotta get these timelines, else them niggas are gonna control you, and that's exactly what happened. They got a lot of my timelines, Meghan Markle and all that, so use 3002 hertz, 295, 1.9, 3.8 hertz. You know, add as many zeros at the end and beginning all around as possible to make it happen. Be putting the codes later on. But anyways, they were gunning for me. I can't do it like this. I'm gonna make me commit suicide. I think I'm black. Don't do that shit. I don't see the point of that anyways. You're just gonna end up in the far worst place. That's what happened to my brother Brian when he committed